Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball off-season episode, dads only. Verlander's a dad. Actually, I don't think he is, but he signed with the Astros. Talk about it. Is he? Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. My name is Jimmy. His name is Trevor Plouffe. BBD in the corner. And this episode is brought to you by DraftKings and Genevieve Verlander, the 2-year-old daughter of Kate and Justin. He is a dad. So it's dads only.
You know, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Okay. Dads are
Genevieve Verlander. I don't really roll off the tongue.
I literally almost spit my coffee out. That would have been bad.
All right. I apologize.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
There's not much. I hope there's a middle name that like kind of adds some flow in there. But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot going on right there.
Even like Jen Verlander. That's okay, I guess.
Yeah. Viv Verlander.
I'm sure that's an
Adam Sandler character. Viv
What's
Verlander.
That one? Viv Verlander. You're right.
Or like that's Veronica Valancourt, Vicky Vaughn. He always does the double V's. Anyway, how you doing, Trev? I haven't seen you in a while.
Man, I'm loving life, dude. Happy to be back with you. It's been a while since it's been just you and me.
Yeah.
Now, you still got that fatherly glow about you. I'm excited. You know, we talked a little bit off air about dad life. You said you got some stories to share, which I'm happy.
Yep.
Can't wait to hear about it. But
yep.
All in all, things are good, man.
We pre-recorded. I think is it Thursday's episode or is it Wednesday's episode, BBD?
Wednesday's episode.
We pre-recorded an episode, so I have talked to Trev, but you guys haven't heard it yet as listeners. How long did that episode come out to, Beebs?
Like $1.35, I think. It's a
long episode.
I had to cut like 10 minutes, but
enjoy your Thanksgiving Wednesday. It's a long episode we got going on. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, Verlander signed. We have a whole sheet here, which is great because I'm going to kind of play catch up. So I've been a little out of the loop with all of this. And but first, I got to get you guys in the loop with Dugout Mugs and their Christmas giveaway. Text BFCM. Beat Fairfield College Monday.
Some would say Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Some would say beat Fairfield College Monday if that's like a chant, if you're playing them in field hockey.
I need to announce something real quick, guys. I need to leave. I have a bloody nose.
Wow.
I'll be right back.
Is that because the coffee went through your nose when I made that
it might have been.
Wow. Okay.
But I'll play through it. Let me just go get some tissue.
All right. Text BFCM to 85311 to enter Dugout Mugs Christmas giveaway. They're kicking it off early by giving away autographed items from Mariano Rivera, Pudge Rodriguez, and Juan Soto, and a bunch more. All the winners will be announced live on their social media through Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So text BFCM to 85311 to enter to win, and follow Dugout Mugs on social media. As always, they're telling us that they will sell out of their product soon. So you got to text them, and they'll text you back a secret discount code so you can get your holiday shopping done early.
They've got the good stuff. They got the new metal mugs. Those are pretty diesel.
Metal mugs those are awesome.
Braves fan, they have a whole World Series line that they've given us.
That's cool.
So they're pretty cool stuff.
If you're wondering where young Jake is, St. Lucia, I believe, on vacation. Good for him. He had to hold down the fort for a while there. So nice little getaway for him and sweet Jessica. And then I'm still technically, this is my last day of like full-time paternity leave, but I'm doing the show anyway. Tomorrow is when like I'm doing 3 weeks part-time where I'm only going to do like 2 days in the office and from home. I've been cooped up, Trev. I've been going crazy. Like Katie's anyway, can I tell you my update? Guess what I did today? I got a cortisone shot today in my bicep. I'm an athlete.
It's going to hurt for a couple days.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty sore. It was hurting for the last 5, like really bad. And then yesterday was really, really bad. And got to go to physical therapy, got a cortisone shot. inflammation in my bicep. And guess what they found out, which always cracks me up? I got bone spurs.
Okay.
I love that when athletes go
Why?
get an x-ray and they're like, and we found some bone spurs, so we took those out too. It's like, what? It's like, I think Zach Britton has like a cleanup every year. Yeah, they
go in
found
there and clean it
found
up.
some bone spurs. They got rid of them. So that was pretty cool sitting there. And the doctor was like, you got bone spurs. And I was like, wow, I'm an athlete. He was like, are you an athlete? I said, I play a lot of blitz ball.
Yeah. I was going to say, is this preventative or like proactive for what's happening in January?
No, but like I need to be like, I have to go to physical therapy and like get it right so I can pitch in blitz ball again. But it's from rocking the baby.
Yeah, man.
It's from holding him like in my right arm, like cradling, and then just doing those really small like rocks for, I guess, 5 days straight. My arm just tapped out.
I have so many little rocks in my elbow. Is that what that is? I have bone spurs, just like, I mean, I could feel like 10 of them in my elbow.
I think those are loose bodies. I don't think those are bone spurs. Are like
okay.
when the end of your bone has a little like hook on it. Anyway, I got if this doesn't work, I have to go get an MRI, and then like I'm honestly like an athlete of all athletes.
I mean, if Jimmy, you've been saying for a couple years now. I mean, every time the Yankees have their end of the season, here's the new injuries list. They always say someone's got bone spurs. You've asked every time. How many bone spurs do you think I've got?
I have. Yeah. I guess Trev doesn't know that context. Bone spurs crack me up.
Talking Yanks, we do it.
I didn't know that
year.
context.
Yeah. Every year. And Jake and I always say, like, you check me out right now, how many bone spurs I got. And I turns out I have one. So I feel like I'm in the club. Like, you probably got some, Trev.
I
probably.
Oh,
shit.
Uh-oh.
This is a Yankees one. Tyler Wade traded to the Angels, but.
Wow.
Huh.
I like it.
For like just like nonsense in return,
Player
I'm
to
guessing?
be named later or cash consideration, so nothing.
We don't know. That player to be named later could be someone big.
True.
Good for Tyler.
Nothing today.
He's a big leaguer. Like, you know, he may not be what everyone, you know, he may not be a starting shortstop, but he has big league talent.
When he can't hit. He showed signs last year that he could, but I mean, his tools are all of his other tools. Like I said, he can play 7 positions and he can pinch run. Yeah. So good for him. I'm happy he got picked up. I was surprised. I mean, I thought he would get picked up. I actually got some people inside MLB I was exchanging text. And they were saying they didn't think he would get picked up. And I was like, he definitely is. He's got, it's only $700K. So good for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
He's at minimum an MLB bench option that you're happy to have there.
He's going to love being in LA or Orange County.
Yeah, he's going to have such cool clothes on all the time.
If Tyler Wade's not from LA, then like it's the biggest lie ever told.
I don't think he's from LA.
Murrieta.
Yeah.
Where is Marietta? I don't even know where that is.
Southwestern Riverside County.
Oh. Okay.
What's that tell you?
Well, I mean, Riverside to me, I just think 909ers. Or is that Inland Empire? I don't know. I feel like Moto Bros.
Oh, he's right by Temecula.
That's like Moto Bro.
Yeah, that's like bros.
Yeah. Like
lifted trucks, flat brim hats that the ears get tucked into.
I came from a town like that.
No Fear shirts, Monster Energy drinks. Yeah. And then Cowboys.
I came from a place just like that. Holy crap.
Where I lived in Northern California, Livermore was like that. But it was Northern California. But it was
look at all of us.
It was like that. All right. You got any life updates?
No, man. I'm happy. I'm going golfing later today. That's a life update.
That's awesome.
I've been golfing a lot more, James. You know, the schedule's toned down a little bit right now, and I'm getting into it, so I'm happy.
Jake's probably jealous of you. I bet he's golfing in St. Lucia, though.
Okay. He's having a good time. You talk about old Jakey? I heard. I came back in the conversation.
I just let them know where he was. St. Lucia. I'm not going to Turks and Caicos anymore. Couldn't get a passport for a little baby in time.
The baby.
So we're going to Puerto Rico now. Because you don't need a passport to go there. And Katie deserves a vacation pretty bad. So
love that.
Second
I heard
week
Puerto
of
Rico is
December.
beautiful. I've never been.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's nice. And it's we just want a resort. We don't want to leave the hotel. We just want to literally sit by a pool on the beach for like 4 nights or 4 days. But Puerto Rico, if you want to explore, has a lot of cool places. I went there once when I was in high school. I don't know. All right.
Okay.
Verlander's a big signing.
Yeah.
Let's start with there. I guess we all should have seen Verlander coming. If you don't know, he signed a 1-year, $25 million deal that includes a $25 million player option for year 2. So, refresher, the Astros have committed $50 million. If Verlander pitches so well in year 1 that he thinks he can go out in the open market and get $30 million a year as a 41-year-old or whatever, or like a 3-year deal where the AAV is 20, then he can opt out. But if he sucks, if he gets hurt, if he's whatever, he'll just opt in and he's $50 million guaranteed.
It's a great deal for him. It's an excellent deal.
It's a really big deal because, I mean, I know that you agree with me, and so does history and the stats. Like, Tommy John guys they're never crazy in their first year back. They're always pitch limits and some resets. And you hear stories of guys who had Tommy John, and it's just mentally they're just fucked up to be able to trust their arm. It's just like such a tough ask. So I'm always super weary. Same with Syndergaard, the LA one, the Angels one. I wasn't here when you guys discussed that, but that was a weird signing. But good for Verlander. I mean, $50 million. He's 40 years old.
I definitely want to guess his career earnings. But before that, yeah, I mean, I think it's good for both sides.
It's
really good for Verlander. How about that? It's really, really good for Verlander. And I think the Astros are really just comfortable with like the kind of person he is and, you know, the amount of work he puts in. So because they're so close to the situation, it seems to me like they're fairly confident in his ability to come back and produce right away.
We'll see. I mean, he is a freak. He always been able to do that.
Yeah.
But there were reports. I don't think they were fully sanctioned or like reported by actual sources, like a radio host in Houston and it was just kind of like, I think Astros fans felt that he just abandoned them last year on the chance he didn't come back. Like he wasn't at any games. He didn't hang out. The rumor was he was supposed to throw out the first pitch and they said, no, don't. So like he might have to make amends with some people in the locker room. I also wonder how much Brent Strom, is it Brent or Brett?
I think it's Brent.
I think Brent.
Brent's so weird that always trips me up because I'm like, that's not the actual name, right?
Brent.
Do you think Brent Strom leaving and saying like, well, let's get like veteran presence and Verlander back, or do you just think it's strictly talent based?
Oh, all of that factors in for sure. We mention this all the time on this show, like how much of that veteran impact means and how much is it worth to organizations. And I think if you look at this deal, like they value it a lot. You know, they have some young guys, some young starters that they think are pretty good. And yeah, Lance McCullers is a veteran in his own right. But I think having Lance continue to learn from a guy like JV is only going to benefit them. Plus like I said, all the young guys they have in the rotation. That's definitely a factor. And I do believe like they've just been tracking him. How's the bullpens looking? Like where are all his biomechanic readings at? Like, you know, I'm sure, I don't know. I'm trying to think if they would have that.
Dude, they don't. Like they
wouldn't have that because he was a free agent. So, but they at least have been scouting him and been watching him pitch.
They have less info than you think they would because they aren't in control of that info. And when they go do these,
yeah, you have to opt into that. So I doubt he has.
And when they do those throw days, you know, like Kluber did last year, like it's not like each team gets to set up their Rapsodo kit and like get their own readings, so you would like that they can say all those numbers are ticked up and all that, but like they don't have that. Why would Boris or whoever's agent is, or like, why would Verlander offer that? Like, no, sign me on the eye test. You know what I mean? So I don't think they do, but I like it that he went back to Houston. I like when guys don't bounce around that much. So if he finishes his career as a 2-team guy, I think that that's better for baseball in a way.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. He's been a 2-team guy. I like that.
Yeah. Well, it felt like he really should have been a 1-team guy, but the Tigers were needed to shed some contracts pretty bad.
Now been in Houston a little while.
Yeah. I think what this also signals is that Houston really believes in their window still, and they should. They should. They have a lot of talent on that roster, and they'll continue to have a lot of talent on that roster. And it's like all different degrees. I think that's when teams have success is it's like we have some really young guys, some rookies producing. We have some guys like in years 3 and 4, and then we have the veterans that have been there for a long time. They have a nice mixture of everything. Their roster is very, very well constructed right now.
Do you put anything into Strom leaving?
No. I mean, have they hired anyone to succeed him?
I don't know, but the way like Strom's quotes were, they have the people in place to keep going without me. So it felt like they were going to hire from within, but it seemed like he was going to retire, and then he goes to Jake's D-backs, which I actually like that because I think it's a good test of Strom is, can he go to the D-backs and make an impact right away? Can he like make changes and can you get the Brent Strom effect? I think that'd be interesting. He's a pitching coach for the Astros. So he's one of the pitching coaches that became kind of a commodity or star. Like pitchers went there and got better, and it was called like the Strom effect. Like he got a lot of credit for all of that. He's really highly thought of around baseball. So it's weird that he walked away and went to another team.
It's interesting. The Astros are now the new Rays organization where like their coaching tree is going to be plucked, and you're going to see this happen more and more. Their front office will get plucked, and I think it all kind of stems from the Rays, right? Like Click is their GM, and Strom is not from the Rays, but definitely benefited from that new age thinking. He was one of the guys who was able to marry the two, I think.
Yeah. He also knew stickier balls helped, apparently.
Yes, they do help.
Which I guess, can we talk about that? I'm going out of order here, but Manfred had a bunch of quotes saying that they're going to try and have the pre-tacked balls in by 2023. They don't think they can do it this upcoming season, but they passed them around all of the clubhouses. The Olympics ball everyone liked.
Would you say they're trying to get ready for that?
Oh, yeah, they're trying to get Roman ready.
Balls.
Someone put together a montage. I don't know that kid's name, but it's like X Edits of a YouTube and a Twitter. They put together a montage of all of our Roman reads over the year. Which, oh my God, Roman must be so excited about that. I think I told our sales team, hey, look at this. People are making content out of the reads. That's ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully pitchers are Roman ready next year or in 2023, and they have that pre-tacked ball in their hand and the confidence to know they can throw it as hard as they can. It's going to come out as fast as they want it and go right where they want it to go.
Whoa. Would you say, I'm just going to make a little side-by-side comparison here. Spider Tack would be one's Roman? To their
Spider
spin rates?
You know what? Spider Tack was like the gas station version of whatever you're going to get prescribed by Roman if you need it, which is the sticky tack balls. Like no more junk science. The real things here.
MLB is consulting the experts that know the best mix of solutions for all parties, much like you would be doing if you went to getroman.com.
Yeah, getroman.com/talkin. You get to speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction. You get $15 off your first month treatment if needed. It's awesome. The benefits of ED treatment can help you reconnect with your partner and rediscover the joy of sex. which is the name of Jake's autobiography.
I still don't understand people that would just sit in a bed with their significant other and just kind of, waving a boiled pasta noodle. Like, let's go.
Yeah. We do have noodle in bed night here, though. We watch You've Got Mail, just buttered noodles only. And
But you don't always have buttered noodles, James. The proof is John Baby, okay?
Pretty out on buttered noodles. I'd like sauce or something. Anyway, whole process straightforward, discreet, and convenient. Go to GetRoman.com/talking, complete an online visit. If they have those sticky tack balls, I don't know the effects of those. You know what I mean? Like pitchers will be able to feel grip, but are they going to jump the spin rate like crazy, or they're just going to feel better in the pitcher's hands?
I think they'll have to marry all that out in 2022. If they're going to start producing these baseballs themselves with Rawlings, they're going to have to take that into account. Let's get a baseline spin for this, this sample group of pitchers, and then we'll see what the balls do. I don't think anybody has a problem with a little bit of increased spin rate as long as everyone's on a level playing field. If these balls jump everyone's spin rate, the 300 RPMs that everyone's looking for, I think maybe that's a different scenario. But if they're going to give you 100 plus spin and it's consistent across the board, I don't think anyone will care. And we just shut up about all this stuff.
Yeah, I hope that's it. Just shut up about all this stuff.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I agree. We had a pitcher get signed today. Or nearing a 5-year agreement. The Fish are locking down an arm, which is kind of different for them. I think it's going to be it's going to be the most money for a 3 to 4 year service time pitcher, something like that. Marlins ace Sandy Alcantara, whatever. I listened to a video of him pronouncing his own name like 10 times. Because we always get stuck in it, and I'm not positive what he said. If it's Alcantara or Alcantara, but
good. Call him Sandy throws the shit out of the ball.
Yeah,
that's an easier one to say.
Kim Ng and the Marlins actually going to retain some talent. Kim Ng said when she went there, she wanted to up payroll and actually spend, which is great for the Marlins. This crop of pitchers, I thought they would have traded him if I had to guess anything. I think they bought out they're going to buy out his last 2 years of arbitration, which if he continues down the stretch would have been like 10, 14 mil a season.
No, I think it's all three, James.
Buying out all 3 years?
I'm reading right here. He was going to go through arbitration this year. First time. So 3 years of arbitration, and then I guess 2 years of your free agency, right? It's a 5-year deal.
Yeah. Good for the Marlins. He's nasty. Kind of a bummer because I wanted him to get traded somewhere. But I guess I'll just root for the Marlins to be good.
This is an amazing deal for the Marlins. Like, it doesn't even matter if it doesn't work out. Like, the risk reward here is incredible. $11 million annual on a guy like that. That's insane. Andrew Heaney is getting $8 million, dude. I love Andrew, but like, think about that.
Yeah, but I think, Trev, he was only set to make like 3 or 4 mil this year in arbitration.
Yeah, but then it doubles, and then you have to pay him $100 million or more.
I don't hate this one. I know that players always want to bet on themselves, and you want that to be more of the mindset. But this is a pretty good deal, and they just trade him anyway. If anything, it just locks up that he's going to be in Miami. Hopefully, it locks up that he's going to be in Miami for the next 5 years, and like life will be easier, and you just go get it because he's still going to be young when this ends, right?
He's 20. I was just he's 26 right now. So I mean, on the back end of it, if you trade him
for a pitcher, that's not bad.
Yeah, if you trade him, he's going to make like a nice deal for the team trading for him. So you'd get like a real package for him, assuming he's good and all, which he should be. He's a good pitcher.
I'm not saying he shouldn't have accepted this. Obviously there was probably a lot of talk about this between his agent and his family and all that good stuff. $55 million, he's set for life. Doesn't have to worry about anything ever again. So there's a lot of look, that means something, dude. Like this dude gave up a lot to be in the position he's in. He's worked hard. Now he can cash in on it. Is he leaving money on the table? Like almost certainly he's leaving money on the table. But I think that I mean, you'll give up some of that if you get complete financial security for your family. And he did. So it's awesome.
I hope more moves come from the Marlins now. Like, don't just retain one guy. Like, if you're gonna spend money, Kim Ng said they wanted to get free agents.
If they continue doing stuff like this, Jim, and they lock up Trevor Rogers, which, what would that even look like? I mean, I'm sure there's a few extensions after a year that they could look at and comp, but that's what you have to do. Look at the Braves. Look what they did with Acuna and Ozzy. Like, that's what you have to do. Get a few centerpieces locked up on these deals, and then you can spread a little bit in free agency, and it's the beginning for them.
There's some other moves here. I think those are the two that excited me the most. Well, you know what? This one kind of pumped me up. The Brewers signed catcher Pedro Severino. Pedro Severino's out of Baltimore. I'm happy for him.
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever seen how much passion that guy plays with? If he had that much passion on the Orioles the last 4 years, imagine what he's going to do if he's on a team that's winning more than they're losing. It might be insane. He might cry every pitch of tears of joy.
I love it. And it's so funny. Like, everyone keeps talking about this like might be the thinnest free agent ever. And it's just funny to me. It's like, I feel like teams are like realizing that and just, we better get a backup catcher now.
Always need catchers. Dude, he's going to be catching. What are his incentives? He got 1.9 million deal from the Brewers and $400K in incentives. Do we know what that is? I love incentives. It's always funny. Are they like bullshit? Like if he wins the batting title, or are they actually attainable?
There are some hilarious incentives. You're right about that.
Let's see if we.
I'm going to click out and come back in. I feel like I'm chopping up here.
Okay. Let's see. I'm reading if they have any incentive. He opted to become a free agent for the first time in his career instead of arbitration. No, Baltimore chose to outright him off the 40-man. Then he opted to become a free agent. Incentives.
Looks like his exact incentives haven't been announced. The website I go to that usually has them as soon as they're up, it just says incentives $400K.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Hopefully for him, it's based on like games played. I guess he's gonna be the backup, so maybe hopefully it's the most attainable thing ever. Go get it.
Will be nice. Hey, how about this? I know Trev's not here. Should I wait for him? The Pirates and Jose Quintana is such a bizarre thing to me. Like, Jose Quintana has not been good. He was on the Angels last year, who were awful at pitching, and got moved, and they were using him out of the bullpen. Like, he got taken out of the Angels rotation, put in the bullpen, then traded to the Giants, where he did not pitch well.
Yeah. I feel like I never heard about him at all with the Giants. Only 5 games, so that makes sense.
And he just got $2 million. He's 32 years old. He's a lefty. I mean, he hasn't been good. I mean, do you remember when he was Mr. Quality Start?
Yeah, and there was he was like one of the hottest trade rumor guys for a couple years there, and they finally did the Chicago flip.
So he has, in 2018, pretty decent year for a starter. 32 starts, 4.03 ERA. Not like amazing, not going to win awards, but that's a solid year. Hasn't been good since then. He's been hurt and out. But, dude, if you're just a lefty, you get $2 million?
He's approaching. Yeah. I think he either got to 10 years of service time or is about to get to 10 years of service time. It's kind of nuts.
Trev, this Pirates, I know no one's tuning into the show to hear about the Pirates signing Jose Quintana to a $2 million deal. But I just think it's so wild that he can get $2 million on a 1-year deal. And the Pirates are basically just like, well, we're not competing. We just need arms so we don't kill all our young guys. And maybe he looks good and we can trade him and we get something back for the $2 million. But like, if you're Jose Quintana, like that guy should be a minor league invite if I've ever seen one.
I don't know, man. Why do you say that?
He hasn't been good since
for a while.
Yeah, but he hasn't been good since 2018. Last year, the Angels kicked him out of the rotation.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Look, yeah, you're right. He's going to eat up innings. Kind of that's what he does. That's what he did well at the beginning of his career. I think that we see guys all the time figure something out. I wouldn't put it past him to go have a decent year if he figures something out.
It's just a funny one to explain to an outsider. Like, oh, the Pirates need pitchers. It's like, well, no, they're not really trying.
$2 million is like, if you're, he should earn more than $2 million. Even if it's what you're saying, just eat up innings. Means a lot to an organization.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trev,
he was good for a while.
Do you know your history against him, Trev?
You know, I always felt like I hit him well, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. It was like one of those guys where like I was happy to face him, but I think he might have just like kind of owned me.
The overall numbers are good. He finished with an 857 OPS and 31 ABs, 37 plate appearances. But the last 2016, he struck you out 5 times in a row, and then you homered off him the last time you faced him. So you figured him out.
He might have figured some. I don't know. He was one of those guys, like I said, I would be happy to face him. And I thought, oh, I'm going to crush today. And then I never really did. I remember one specific day in Chicago against him. It was him and Phil Hughes. We were playing at like 3:00, a random start time. And the shadows were so bad. I think both of them had like 15 strikeouts or something like that. Like, they're not strikeout pitchers.
No.
But
yeah.
Elias Diaz
struck you at 10.
Man, not a lot's happened. Elias Diaz, catcher, like you said, all the catchers are going 3-year deal. I think they bought out 1 year of arbitration and then 2 years of free agency. So good for them there to the Rockies.
I just want to point out that Quintana left the Angels and went to the Giants and got better, which is obvious.
Yeah, but he didn't do that well. I mean, I think he had 5 outings and 3 of them were bad.
It's kind of only up from what he was
only
doing
up from there.
Yeah, but the numbers are bad.
I have a lot of respect for that guy. So,
oh, Brandon Belt accepted the qualifying offer. That was a bummer. I thought he could have went and got some money somewhere, especially with DH potentially coming. And I was excited to see him not in San Francisco because I think he could pop a lot of home runs. But I'm always happy when guys stay with their hometown, especially with the Giants competing and what they built last year. And he probably was like, hell yeah, I'll opt in for 19 mil or whatever the qualifying offer is.
I'm happy for him too. Obviously he feels comfortable there and doesn't want to have to uproot everything. And it's a nice size contract for a year for him. I'm happy. I think you and I are both on the same page. Like, we like guys sticking around with teams.
Yeah, I think they need to incentivize it more. Like, I think it's such a regional sport that you need to buy into that and build regional teams. What just made you make that face?
Sorry. We said we were going to do a Verlander career to date earnings and we didn't do it.
450 mil.
I have the number. I did a minute ago.
I have the number too. It's not 450, but it's a lot.
350.
Right now he's sitting, James, at 292 and add 50 mil on top of that. So 342 million by the time it's all said and done.
What was the last deal he signed with the Astros?
I mean, he's got, this is what he's earned with the Astros, 28, 28, 28, and then 33, 33.
He's So 17 through 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 5 years. How much did he earn last year
$33 million.
for not throwing a pitch?
Not throwing a pitch, baby. He's just since 2011, James. So going back a decade now, he's earned 10 figures every year, 12.8 to start, and then nothing under 20. I mean, this guy that's what a woof. Good for him.
Someone in the chat, didn't you just say you wanted Belt to leave? I would have been interested in Belt's free agency. I guess that's how I would have phrased it. Because I think he actually would have been like a 1 year, 2 year deal commodity if DH is up in the NL, and there would have been some like far-fetched Yankees rumors attached to him to up his value elsewhere. Absolutely. Like, I don't think the Yankees
just going to
been,
ask that.
I don't think the Yankees would have been in on him, but I don't know if he's Boris, but Heyman, if he was Boris, Heyman would treat Yankees sure interested in his lefty stroke and that short porch as far as 10 other teams. So I thought him going to free agency would have been interesting, but I'm happy when people stay with their team. Guardians are official. That's news here. And then the sign fell off the building.
It did. That was pretty funny.
Just like bad screw job, or do you think it's someone knocked it down?
No, I think it was a bad screw job and hilarious timing. That's what I think it was. But hey, everyone's excited. I think C. Rose touched on it a little bit today because he, obviously he was a Cleveland Indians fan. Now he's a Cleveland Guardians guy. But I mean, look, it was time. And I don't even mind the Guardians. I think the Guardians will be fine. I like the Guardians better than Spiders. I might be in a minority on that.
Yeah,
but
the only thing I don't like is how much it looks like the Indians.
I think that might be like a 2 or 3 year play and then maybe a complete rebrand.
Maybe.
They need some gold. Do they have gold in their uniforms right now? They need some gold. The Guardians needs gold. Could be like their third color.
Go, go, Guardians. Power Rangers theme. You want to talk about Suzuki?
Yes.
How do you pronounce his first name? Seiya?
Seiya.
Seiya?
Yeah.
Did he play Outcast Heya when he comes up?
Do you guys
not.
think he chases downstairs?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Trev, how many Japanese players did you play with, and how was their grooming? And then
my knowledge and what I've seen, I don't think it's a big manscaping community.
Wow.
But this could all change.
And we'll show them.
If this could change if they got one of the lawnmowers in their hands. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. That's something we need to look out for. You don't think I could tell you one thing. I can guarantee you Matsui has never touched up down there. And that's
I'm recalling everyone that I've showered with. A lot of guys could use Manscaped. Let me tell you that right now. First of all, there needs to be more lawnmowers running around the good old United States.
Well, this Thanksgiving, be thankful for family food. No, wrong read, Jimmy. You dumbass.
Oh my!
Holidays came early because Manscaped, the leading men's hygiene brand, has launched.
What do the holidays do?
They came early.
Oh, okay.
They weren't ready. All new ultra premium body wash and a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. I'm a huge 2-in-1 guy. Why would you have to do it twice when they can make
Do you have this? Did they send this to you? Because I have it.
I haven't. They don't.
Good.
Dude, I don't get the Manscaped stuff because it gets stolen from me in the office.
Yeah.
Like you guys all got the boxers. I never got the
reference
boxers.
that.
We have an unopened box of supplies. You can take that next. There's one ready for you to grab next time you're here.
2-in-1 shampoo, so much easier. You just do it once instead of twice. It's time to give yourself the gift of beautiful skin, hair, and balls this holiday season. I guarantee your hygiene routine will never be the same. Go to manscaped.com/talkin for 20% off plus free shipping. Make sure you're feeling and smelling prepared for a little action under the mistletoe. 'Tis the season to load up on Manscaped products.
I think I converted a few guys when I went to San Francisco on that trip. We were talking about this a little bit. And I asked them what they were using. They were just using hair trimmers on the balls.
Yeah.
And I said, wake up. I have a promo code for you. It's Talkin. go to manscaped.com and use it, and you'll see the light.
Living
Literally, this thing has
now.
a light on it.
Hey, did you and Jake talk about your trip to San Fran on an episode?
We did.
Okay.
Had a good time, man.
I had to text Trevor because I was just blown away that on a weekend, Gabe was at the field. You said that you said that he was like, do you want to go to the field?
No. I requested it.
Okay. So he wasn't just there.
No. Although he does go in to the field and does stuff, not on a daily basis in the off season, but he goes in there. Dude, when we went in, there was a ton of people working about. So I think they have guys using the stadium. Like there was trainers and clubhouse guys.
Yeah.
Kind of popping.
It happens, but Gabe is so San Francisco now. It just cracks me up that he's working out of the stadium like every day.
One more thing on Gabe.
Yeah.
If you're in San Francisco, there's a good chance you're going to see him riding his bike around the city. Like that's what he likes to do. So we had like the ballpark visit with him. He ended up meeting us out for dinner. And then the next morning, Olivia and I are walking to go get some coffee. Sure enough, Gabe Kapler on his bike, just like rolling through Chinatown, like up and down the hills. And that's what he told me he likes to do. He's like, I just go and I search for a hill and then I ride up it and then I ride down it and I find another hill. I'm like, oh, makes sense.
Dude, if you live in San Francisco or you're around that area, I think he lives in North Beach. That's my guess.
Confirmed.
Then SantaCon is happening. And you'll see Gabe. Just go there for SantaCon, get drunk all day. I had some fun at like 2 SantaCons.
SantaCon, like you're like a real thing, right?
Yeah. Everyone dresses up like Santa and just day drinks.
Sounds fun. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It was really fun for 2 years, and I tried to do the third year when I was kind of past it, and I was forcing it, and I was like, "This sucks." The 2 years.
You have to drink like eggnog and stuff. Like,
no,
you really got to get into it. I'm not an eggnog guy.
No. All right, Seiya.
Yeah.
Seiya Suzuki.
Yeah.
Time to like BBD. Do we have a womp 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 sound effect?
I fucked my dog on that one.
Oh my God, what was that?
I fucked my dog on that one.
It's just Jake on vacation.
I'll
just
taste
talking about
it,
his
dudes.
Anyway, we went through the list last time when Sasuga was coming over. We can go through it again. There's like 2 MLB hitters that have been above average, and it's Matsui and Suzuki and Ichiro.
And now Ohtani. But
yeah, now Ohtani. He's like such a different league though that I don't even count him as like a regular hitter.
yes.
We went through the list. It's very rare that guys can come over and be a plus hitter that lasts and performs every day. There's got to be others that have like, played a couple seasons and not been like bust, like they made it, they survived a couple seasons. But if you go any list, it's Matsui, Ichiro, and Ohtani. It's very. I mean, I don't know how they get a team to pay any significant money for hitters that have only hit in that league. If Suzuki, I don't know, but any Japanese hitter, if they've gone to other leagues, if they played like winter ball in the DR or played at Venezuela League and they performed everywhere. I don't know. I don't think he has. I think a lot of the Japanese players, because they can't post, is playing Japan. I mean, I
think there's some things they can do. There's some international stuff, whether it's the WBC or I think he just played in the Olympics. So there are some times where you get that cross, I don't know where you cross whatever playing, but to your point, and I've talked to, Tsuyoshi Nishioka and then, other Asian leagues as well. Byung-Ho Park came over and he was from the KBO and they both said the exact same thing to me. It's like, they're so surprised at how big everyone is and how hard everyone throws. They have guys in those leagues that can hit for power and they have guys that throw hard in those leagues, but it's not on average what we have here. Like, that was the thing they kept saying was everybody can hit for power here. Everybody throws hard over here. And to I feel like I repeat myself, but whenever we talk about, but it's just, I tell people, imagine a big leaguer in the States, MLB guy, going to a new league, this new league where everyone's kind of like 2 inches taller, 3 inches taller. They throw 3-4 miles an hour harder. Like it's that kind of thing for these guys. And, maybe times are changing. Maybe, high velo reps are in Japan, and they're seeing the velo more and more and preparing for it. And because I do think that's the biggest equalizer. I'm excited to see it. I love it. I love that, that he's going to challenge himself and come over here, because obviously he's having a great career over there. Because I don't know, like, if is it his choice to be posted? Because that's something I'm vague on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's still under control there by the Carp.
Well, there's like
maybe the chat can answer that for me.
Let's see. Our notes say a 30-day window for teams to negotiate with him by 12/22. If he doesn't sign a contract by then, he returns to the Hiroshima Carp. He's been compared to Braves Ronald Acuna. That's nonsense. Please don't listen to comparisons.
No, please don't. Please don't.
If there is,
I'm excited. I love it, man. I absolutely love when guys come and challenge themselves. They're playing at their highest level. They know there's a higher level. And, when you have a guy like him to come, instead of staying safe and challenging himself, it's just so cool to me.
He will still get his full 30-day posting if he is not signed in the next 9 days. If there's a stoppage, he gets 21 more days to sign, and it's lifted.
Yes.
So, all right. I mean, I just think you got to get him. You have to pick up a Japanese bat as a surplus, unless they are like coveted guys.
He kind of is. I mean, this is
if he was coveted, we would have heard his name a year ago.
Well,
the guys who you find out who they are the day they get posted as a casual fan. Ohtani we knew about, Matsui we knew about,
but he has been getting a lot better the last 2 years. Like one of the things that people keep pointing out is like his walks to strikeouts are almost 1-to-1 the last 2 years, and he also continues to have power. That's exactly what teams are looking for now: patient hitters with power. So he fits the mold.
He has a 9-year MPB career with a 985 OPS. Like, he's putting up real numbers. I mean, it's obviously league's translating stuff, but
I wish I wasn't as cynical as I am. I wish I could just like be optimistic and excited. But
you can be cynical.
It's like prospects. They have to prove it to you.
Yeah, I mean, they compared Clint Frazier to Mike Trout, for God's sake. Just don't listen. Don't ever listen to a player-to-player comparison ever about someone who's not in the MLB yet, please. My one thing.
I agree. And here's something I found interesting. It's like, this is not a blind posting situation, how it was with Shohei, where teams just went in and said, this is what we're going to give to you to be able to negotiate. This is an instance where he does get to negotiate with, like you said, all 30 teams, and then the Carp, they take a percentage of that contract. And it's like kind of fascinating how they do it, Jim. They take 20% of the first 25 million, 17.5% of the portion between 25 and 50 million, and then 15% of the portion exceeding 50 million. So breaking all that down, if he signed $100 million deal, the Carp will get $17 million of his deal. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, not bad. I wonder why the other.
But think about this: 17% of your deal, plus, and that's before taxes, and then you're getting taxed, and then you have your agent fees. Like, that's significant, dude.
I wonder, can anyone who's much more knowledgeable and familiar with the Japanese professional baseball leagues, like, let me know? Like, the guys from Korea come over and you can get some guys that last and can hit, or they come over when they're 18. Obviously, like Venezuela and a lot of South American, you got a lot of hitters. Is it because they only face Japanese talent? So by the time, like you're saying, maybe the World Baseball Classic, maybe the Olympics, but are they not allowed to go play other leagues, or is it just not custom? I guess someone who knows this, let me know. It seems beneficial to let these guys go play in some different arenas and different talent, so you can have more international stars because that benefits Japanese baseball as a whole.
That makes sense. I do want to clarify. I just screwed up everything I just said. All the numbers are right, but they're not taking it from Seiya. It would just be an additional fee.
Yeah, I thought they paid. Yeah, I thought they paid the club and then they paid the player.
It's a new system, so I wasn't.
The old system you had to pay just to negotiate.
Just to negotiate, yes.
Like you had to
then
pay
you could
to
only
enter
negotiate with that one team.
Yeah, you had to pay to enter like the conference room, and then you had to get a deal. But if you didn't get a deal, you still you paid to get in the room.
Yes,
that is a crazy system.
I kind of like it. It's hilarious.
It is, but I mean, I don't know who it favors. It favors the player, the player, because then they can hold you hostage because you're like, well, we already paid him 20 mil just to get in this damn room. We're not leaving without a deal.
This one's great too, though, because you can negotiate with every team. So you have the leverage.
Yeah, it's true.
God, imagine if American players had this. The draft is... It'll never come to an end, but my goodness.
I think if anything, there's an international draft is more likely to happen than this.
I don't think there'll ever be more draft.
I guess
players won't go with that.
Yeah. They're using Cohen's like tweet against them now when he said his tweet about Rocker.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lawsuit. It's funny. We have some front office updates.
Ooh.
Super exciting.
Some smart people.
Your Texas Rangers signed Chris Woodward to a contract extension.
I like him, so I'm happy.
I guess shrug.
I got to look. I've been so mad at the Rangers for so long. I think I got to give them a chance. You know,
I'd like them to let it be known to the public what their plan is, and then I'll like them.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. I just never know. Like they've been happy with them.
Well, they knew they weren't going to be very competitive, and I think
he is a good manager. You know, that's not true.
They made some interest. I don't know.
Yeah, they thought they
were. What was that one picture with Kluber, Lance Lynn, and who was the other guy?
Gibby.
Was it Gibby? Or was it Hamels? I don't know.
Kluber, Lynn, Gibby. I thought were the three. Was there another one too?
And it was like the West, like look out West.
Yeah,
the Rangers are back.
I think Gibby was. I think Gibby was like the 4, and there was another one.
Yeah. Chris Young, you know, he's there. He's their GM, I believe.
Yeah.
He's a player, and maybe I don't know, man. I feel like if I didn't have such a bad personal experience, I'd kind of be into what they're doing. But I think the whole thing that I had blocks me. That's fine.
Okay. Mike Minor.
Oh. Yeah, Mike Minor.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, X Edits, if that's how you say it. All right.
What else we got, bro?
Mike Grootman is joining the Red Sox organization as assistant GM. Don't care. Colin Murray will be joining the Orioles as development coach. Murray has worked with some colleges. Cool. Congrats to him. Red Sox exercised a club option on Alex Cora. Sign him for a 10-year extension.
Yeah. He fits
make him a figurehead, a lifetime manager. We had this conversation a lot on here about how there's no more figurehead managers because of the nature of the game. And on the new podcast, Toe in the Slab, Coney interviewed Torrey, and they talked about that, how there's just no more figurehead managers. There's no more like that's his team. And Torrey said Sosha was the last one. I was like, yeah.
I kind of think there might be some in the works now. I think like Kevin Cash is a figurehead for the Rays. Like he's not going anywhere.
Lock him up. Lock Cora up for 10 years.
But they don't have to. That's the thing.
I know.
Do you think these teams should maybe take a chance? Maybe bet on some of these managers?
Yeah, they should.
Yes.
Dude, I placed a bet the other day.
Tell me, Jim.
On my DraftKings app, promo code JOMBOY when you sign up. And let me see. I placed a bet, and it's like a motocross bet.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I think it was when Jake and I were pre-recording an episode of Talkin Yanks.
Mm-hmm.
Logging into my app. And I think the whole thing got pushed. Oh no, I lost.
You lost?
Yeah,
on
it was
motocross. How do you bet on motocross?
Well,
Just
it was
the
the
racers?
World Superbikes Championship 2021, and I bet that Jonathan Rea was gonna beat Toprak Razgatlioglu, and he didn't. It would have been a big upset. It would have won big money.
I don't know if I've talked about this on here. My cousin raced Supercross, like legitimate
Race or
professional. He raced, does not anymore. He's really good.
Do you like the Disney movie Motocrossed?
He likes all things. This is a true story. Like from the time he was like 2 years old, or maybe even sooner, like he had a dirt bike and was like riding a dirt bike. It was crazy.
Do you think you feel most comfortable on a bike at a dirt park?
No, I'm more of a street BMXer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's totally my bad.
I can build you a nice dirt jump, James. Like I built many dirt jumps in my day, but I was not good, and I was kind of scared of that. Street was more my thing. I'm grinding. I'm jumping stairs. I'm, doing interesting stuff like that.
Yeah, I built a fun box when I was in middle school. Had like a lip and a rail and a straight ramp, curve ramp. It was a lot of fun. You guys can do fun stuff by going to DraftKings and you bet $1 on any Thanksgiving NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. So once again, they're just giving away free bets, and then you have a lot of money in your account because they give you the free money, and then you can find some fun stuff to bet on. You can bet on the weather. You can literally bet on the weather. I think that's what they were doing when COVID happened and all the sports were gone. Gamblers were just turning to the weather. Like I did like a whole thing. Like, will the high be over or under 80 in LA? Will it be over or under 45 in Topeka? Those stuff. I didn't win.
And where do they measure the weather? Where do they measure this high temperature at?
Yeah, I guess they have to say they're going to use probably weather.com, which is my fourth favorite website.
You and C. Rose should have like a discussion. He's big weather guy.
Well, I'm not the biggest weather guy. My father-in-law can tell you the weather everywhere. But weather.com, the fact that they got that locked up early just makes me so happy for them.
Yeah. I had to talk about domain sites and gobbling them up and what's going on.
I have youeatbugs.com.
It's a good website. I was looking at it the other day.
Haven't done anything with it yet, but eventually it'll get there.
There's something.
Olivia and I bought the nudist.com.
Why?
I swear to God.
You gifting it to Jake?
No, she was gonna do some stuff with some press on nails. She was sourcing from China, doing all these things. And we bought the domain. I'm pretty sure I still have the TikTok, the nudist, which is probably
give that to Jake.
Coveted, yeah.
Download the DraftKings Sports.
That. Sorry.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code JOMBOY. Bet just $1 on any Thanksgiving NFL game. Win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. That's promo code JOMBOY this Thanksgiving at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or PA only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Other front office moves. Mets officially named Billy Eppler the new GM. Now they can actually start their off season, which is nice. Billy Eppler, highly thought of, got the Angels Shohei because he made a bond with him when he was a teenager, comes from the Yankee system. That's all I know about him. The Shohei stuff?
They still had to win the post.
I don't think they did because he had to take a minimum. He was so young. Shohei's
still had to post.
Shohei's was completely Shohei's was completely different.
He came over so young.
Because he came over young.
Yeah.
He couldn't get more. He couldn't get a ton of money. So everyone.
I know that. That's why all the money was in the posting. The team got all the money.
But
he wasn't available. He wasn't able to get a big contract, but the team they still had to post for him, and they got a ton of money.
But I think
I want to say the Angels gave him like $40 or $50 million.
No, I think it's 20. Like it was just $20 million was the posting fee. Like anyone could have got Shohei because he had a cap on how much he could earn because he was so young. So it was strictly where he wanted to play, which is why Yankees thought he was going to want to come be a Yankee because it was like bright lights, he's blah, blah, big star. But then he had a really strong relationship with Eppler, who like been recruiting him forever is the story. That's anyway, that's all like the bullet points I know on Eppler. Yankee system. Started talking to Shohei when he was like 17, 18 years old. So when it came time, they had a relationship.
Okay. I'm reading up on it, and yes. If Shohei would have stayed one more year, I believe he could have done everything.
Which is that was why it was so cool. It was like this dude just wants to come over. He's like, fuck that. But Mets get Billy Eppler.
Go Mets. I think I'm gonna be a Met fan next year.
Someone that's been a GM before. So that's good.
Yeah.
Like someone that has a reputation as being a good, I don't know if his like reputation as a GM is good, but his reputation as a baseball guy, he's got known allies in the industry, blah, 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 blah. It's not just like an agent turned GM or just a random guy promoted. So there's some stability in the move, I guess.
Is Nate Steele in the chat? I want to, if he has some insight into Eppler, I'd be interested. I don't think he is. I don't see him. We'll wait.
I mean, he's part of the Angels team where like you need pitching and they never got pitching.
Yeah. I think Mets might be my team next year. Like one of the teams I root for.
Jolly and Jerry are going to be very excited.
Yeah. I think I'm over the Braves now.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
but
you like right? You bid them like everyone's still in love, but you're just like, hey, I enjoyed my time. I'm going to go visit the next house.
Someone just said, please go to the Mets. Bad luck, Plouffe.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that.
People don't know things.
Best luck in the history of luck / skill / talent / you're a god. I got you that plaque and I haven't even seen it yet.
Cool? I mean, I got one also. It's awesome.
I know. I did it. I bought you one. I bought us one.
I have to find a place here to display it.
I bought it before it came true.
Wow.
It was really bold.
I'm glad you didn't tell me
like,
that.
I think it was like once we got to 4 games or something. I believe that's when we punched it.
That's how my brain works. I think of an idea, I do it because I don't want to sit on things.
Okay.
I was like, we can always just return it. I don't know. Probably not. It's a custom plaque.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to take that back.
Yeah. We'll put it somewhere nice.
We put ours somewhere nice. It's in the office.
Yeah.
After a decade with St. Louis, Matthew Carpenter's heard from a few teams about a potential contract. He is super prepared for an extremely slow free agency. Okay. That's a good update. Wow, the Rays have reportedly offered Wander Franco a record-setting contract. Imagine if it was the other way. It's just so low.
They probably went Acuna levels, I'd assume. It's got to be 9 figures, right?
Maybe they set a record-setting low contract. Just an insulting offer. 10 years at the minimum.
They might.
I think because his service time's so low, like record-setting would mean, like, that just beat that Acuna deal.
Well, he's got 6 years left, right? So say they give him a 6-year, like the minimum would be, if they did 6 years, 10 mil a year. I mean, that's more than he'd make in arbitration. And I don't know if
depends. Depends what happens. It depends because we don't know what the CBA is going to say.
Why would anyone sign before the CBA?
I don't know.
What was Acuna's deal?
7 for 100, I think. 8 for 100.
I think 8 for 100. I'll double check.
8 years, 100. And then there's 2 options at the end. The Braves can exercise. Holy smokes.
They should just exercise them.
Yeah. Damn. The Pirates are hopeful of re-signing Susugo. Okay. Red Sox are interested in Steven Matz. A's are putting a high asking price on Matt Olson. And then reports came back that the asking price isn't that high.
Not a
I
lot
don't
really
know.
going on right
Not
now.
a lot going on, man. Where's Kiermaier going to get traded to?
That's interesting.
The Dodgers, right?
God, he'd be so good there.
They need a center fielder unless they re-sign Taylor.
I mean, Eric has a list of people that need center fielders. Giants, Phillies, Astros. Oh my God, KK on the Astros does not work, but I would love to see it.
The Dodgers make sense to me. Friedman probably drafted him. Did he draft him? He had to have, right?
Probably. KK's like a 07 draft guy, I bet. Now I got to look it up.
Everyone needs center fielders.
2010.
So Friedman probably drafted him. If the Dodgers don't retain Taylor, then they just have kind of Belly there. And he had a good postseason, but they're going to have to hedge their bets. And Kiermaier, I think you get what? You get 2 years of him. You get he's got 2 years left. That's why the Rays are going to trade him.
He's got 22 and a team option for 23. So that's it's good for a team.
And the Dodgers have so many prospects that they can just part ways.
And they don't need offense.
That's
I
my
like the
guess.
Dodgers. That's great.
His eyes would pop in that blue.
He'd be a star out here.
I don't know, man. He kind of puts his foot in his mouth a lot whenever he talks. But maybe.
Yeah, but he would. I don't know. He looks the part. How about that?
Yeah.
He's be spinning that glove, and people would eat it up.
Yes. He's got a lot of skill. He's got a lot of show to him as well.
The Outlaw. Come on, man. That plays. He's gonna be in a Geico commercial before we know it.
Anything else you care about?
Children's happiness. That's about it. My wife. You guys, I care about you guys, the fans of JOMBOY Media. What else do you care about?
I don't know. When Jake comes back, I'd like to get some more kind of like structured shows and some big ideas.
Yeah,
this was good just to catch me up to date, but again, there's this thing that happens that is so frustrating. I have John Heyman muted on Twitter.
Okay.
And people tag me in his tweets all the time now. And they're like, this is just like you said. This one made me think of you. And I'm like, guys, I don't want to see these. Stop it. It's like there was this girl that me and my sister were friends with on Facebook, and she just had terrible posts. And so I unfriended her. And then my sister would just send me screenshots of her posts, and I'd be like, hey, I don't want to see them.
Trying to curate your own little world.
I ridded this. Dude, Heyman's
Don't play
tweets
God.
though. Heyman's
Don't play
tweets
God,
though.
James.
I might be able to get to a laughing point with them again, because the ones that I've been tagged in are crazy. He's a lunatic on Twitter.
I don't follow him. People
All
don't
right,
tag
everyone
me,
tag
which is
Trev.
good. No.
Trev. Don't tag me.
My little online world is perfect. It's nice. I don't block anybody, I don't think. I got a few people muted.
I got a lot of people muted. Heyman being one of them.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
What happened? What happened? Your stock crash?
Talkin Baseball just put out my quote saying I'm over the Braves. Now Braves fans are coming at me. Why would they do that? I just talked about how my nice little online world is perfect, and now you're gonna blow it up.
That's a misrepresentation of what you said.
It is. Thank you very much. I'm gonna say delete.
Yeah, I'll get your back in here. I'm gonna say.
Oh my God.
Wow.
They're calling me, Trevor Plouffe with 2 L's probably. That always hurts when you see that. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll be texting a social media person.
I was just going to say misrepresentation. How do you spell that?
Representation and then MIS.
Yeah. Well, what if I do like a MISS, like misrepresentation, and I'll
Ooh,
say
like you missed it.
I say no, like hi, like she's not married, but she's a woman.
People don't know I can play the heel well. So if the Braves fans are gonna turn me into a heel, don't. When I come back firing, I don't want anybody getting upset.
Don't do it. I was here saying like, yeah, you can get off the Braves, but everyone's gonna be lovey-dovey. Like you did them well, you stood by them. Time to go bring your, welcoming kit to the next house in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm just going around talking.
Oh, dude, I see. You can't go to the Mets
because it's Braves.
Yes, there is a problem there. Like if you go Brewers or Diamondbacks or Blue Jays, but then what I'm saying is you can't leave the Braves, go to the Mets, and think the Braves fans are going to be cool with you. So you do have to kind of think on this a little more before you make it official.
I haven't I said I think the Mets might be my team next year. So, like, I obviously have not made a decision of who's winning the World Series. I need to put that out clear as day to everybody. I am not picking the Mets to win anything, or like I'm not going to join the fan base on Twitter. They've been extremely rude to me.
Okay.
I think it'd be a fun challenge.
Okay. All right. I got to go hang out with my son because Katie's got to do stuff. It was nice being back.
Me and John Baby have been FaceTiming quite often. I just say a bunch of words in his ear and just prep him for the day we get to fire Jake. It's the best. Yeah.
Sounds like a little bird.
Yeah. His first word's going to be, "You're fired."
Fired. It's going to be tough for Jake. It's going to be tough. All right. Next Wednesday, we have a show. It's a very important show. It is the all JM team. We did during the season. We did every single month. I mean, oh my God, is it a fun show? We have like new terms, new trophies. We have a whole, like, I don't want to spoil it, but like stuff that will live on in Talking Baseball, like lore for like 10 years. Like these guys will be imprinted. It's important.
There's never been a more important episode.
It's important. Yeah, it's very important.
You have all weekend to catch it.
Yes. Enjoy your Thanksgivings. Love ya. Goodbye.
You baking a turkey, James?
I do the apple pie dessert. It's my job.